So, who wants to bet I can do this in 10 minutes or less? Hello and welcome back to the Weekly Crypto Review. Let's get straight to it. First off, down in the description you will find a link to the Brave browser. Brave is a decentralized browser using blockchain resources and runs on BAT, which is a cryptocurrency. You can get BAT for looking at commercials, advertisements. If you're gonna have to look at ads, why not get paid for them? Also, don't forget to subscribe and like this video if you find that it's useful or has information that is of value to you. And let's go ahead and take a look at the currencies. So, over the last 7 days, we've got a lot of red. Mostly red, actually. And not surprising, it has been a rough week. If we go in here and click on and look at the top performers, most of them are either cryptos I've never heard of. Swiss Borg, okay. Verge I've heard of. I actually did have some money in Verge at one point. But then you've got Ren and other coins down here like Kyber. Okay, we've heard of them. They're decent projects, but really they're small. They tend to be small coins, and they're making their gains because Bitcoin and the larger market cap cryptos are just not going anywhere. Why is that? Well, if we look at the chart, what you'll notice is that Bitcoin, as it's come up here, it's now riding this line of resistance, which, as we know, goes all the way back to the top of the market back in December 2017. It is really potent resistance because it's been there for, we're looking at what, 3 years now? Well, little over 2 years, 2.5 years. And so it's difficult to get past. One of the advantages is that as we ride this down, we're coiling up. Bitcoin's coiling up energy. It's like a spring. If you wind a spring, at some point, it's going to get so tight that it's going to let go. And when it does, I expect it to jump way up. The breakout, I really do think the breakout, because we've been in this wedge for 2.5 years, when we break out, we very well could break up above both of these lines of resistance and then find ourselves at $12,000-$14,000 per Bitcoin. Then settling back down to one of these lines here at the 11.5 or the 10.5, find our support there and then start working our way up. I do not expect, and I've said this before, I do not expect to break $20,000 this year. That's going to happen after the first of the year. I'm pretty confident of that. Okay? But what makes me confident that we're going to break out of this rut that we're in? Well, if I look at shorts versus long for Bitcoin, and this is just Bitcoin. All right, so we've got volume here, and then the green line is the longs, the red line is the shorts. So how many people are long Bitcoin, thinking that it's going to go up? How many people are short, thinking it's going to go down? And if you look at it, and this is a 30-day chart, because it usually comes up in the 7-day chart. It looks pretty much like a flat line, but a 30-day chart gives us something to work with. And so if we look at it, let's try and get the cursor right there. If we look at it, we've got a price of $94.56, which is current price. We've got shorts at 56.22, so 5,600 shorts, but 22,000 longs. More than 4 times the number of longs than shorts. That right there tells me that people anticipate the price going up. And as long as the longs are much higher than the shorts, I think that's a valid consensus. So at this point, we don't have a whole lot going on with Bitcoin. It's just sort of there. And that's fine. Again, it's going to break out probably maybe not by the end of this month, but certainly by the end of summer. I have a really good feeling it's going to break out above the $10,000 mark, and we're going to start seeing it rise. Aside from a potential shoot up when it first breaks out, I think we're going to see it come back down, find support, and then work its way slowly but steadily back up towards $20,000. We're not going to see this massive jump up like we did last year. I think it's going to work its way up more in an angle like this, dropping down, coming back up, dropping back down, coming back up. I think we're going to see a lot of roller coaster in the next 6 months. That's standard for Bitcoin. Doesn't bother me in the slightest. What about other cryptos? Well, you've heard me talk about ADA. I am invested in Cardano, and as always, none of this is investment advice or any other kind of advice. I'm simply showing you some charts and telling you what I see in these charts. I'm not telling you what to buy or that you should buy. I'm simply showing you some pretty pictures. So we look at ADA. I'm looking at the ADA USD chart. And the reason I'm doing that is because most people are more concerned with what's the price as opposed to how is it doing to Bitcoin. Compared to Bitcoin. We can do a Bitcoin comparison, but there's not really any reason to. So instead we'll do it through USD. And as you can see, over the last couple of months, ADA has gone way up. It's doubled in price in the last, 2 months. That's fantastic. And so yeah, I fully expect it to drop back down a little bit, go back up. What I'm really waiting for is when they bring Shelley online. When Shelley is released and mainnet is up and running for it, that's when I expect the sell-off. Buy the rumor, sell the news. It happens all the time. I fully expect this. And so as soon as Shelley comes online, I fully expect it to drop back down. Hopefully, by that point, it's gone up to, 9-10 cents a coin, and so it only drops back down to 6 cents as opposed to back down to 4 cents. I will tell you that I just last week took and put some more money into ADA. I fully expect that it is going to be well worth it by the time this bull run is done. I won't be surprised to see ADA above $10 a coin. I see the potential that it could go upwards of $100 per coin. I'm not saying that's going to happen. I just see the potential. Again, I like ADA. I like what they're doing. I like the way they're doing it. Because really it is, last week I refused to call it an Ethereum killer. And the reason is because one, there isn't a cryptocurrency that's going to kill Ethereum. One, Ethereum is just too big and powerful, but two, Ethereum serves a purpose. It actually does something. So, of course, it's going to continue to be around. Now, the question now becomes, is there another coin that can do that job better? I think Cardano is a coin, is a system, an ecosystem that can do the job of Ethereum, and I think it can do so better. That makes it a competitor, and a very good competitor. Competition is great because competition gives us low prices and better products. Libertarian, I'm all for competition. And so, yes, absolutely. Cardano, Neo, EOS, they are all doing the same thing that Ethereum is doing. And I own EOS. I used to own Neo. I did finally sell that months back. But again, these are what I call protocol coins. They are the base protocol that others can build applications, dApps, on top of. And the one that does it the best is the one that I think is going to end up on top. It won't kill the others, but it will take the market share. This is what happens in stocks. The company that does the job best is the one that takes market share. You can see this with Tesla. Tesla does a much better job of building a car than any other, certainly American car manufacturer, and they are slowly taking market share. And they don't advertise. Everything you've ever heard about Tesla has been through word of mouth and evangelizing. customers evangelizing about their car that they love. Well, you hear the same thing with cryptocurrencies, right? So yeah, everything you hear about a cryptocurrency is going to be someone has bought it, someone has looked at it, they have invested in it, and they think it's a good value. They think that it's worth more than what it's currently at. And I see that with Cardano and ADA. I think it's worth way more than what it's currently priced at. I think it's very underpriced. And I think by the end of this bull run, I think you'll see that that's exactly the case. And if we look at one more here, let's see, Link. So, and of course, Link does not have a huge history on Coinbase. And the reason I'm using Coinbase is because I fully expect Coinbase, again, of the exchanges that are out there, Coinbase tends to be the best known. It's the one that people tend to, when they come into this space, they tend to hear about. And so therefore, it's the one that they're going to probably end up on. And therefore, they're going to buy the coins that are offered by Coinbase. Link is one of those coins. And Chainlink is a much needed project that takes real world data and puts it and makes it available to other blockchains. That's really what it does. It's not the only one. There are others. It's probably the most thorough, the most robust as far as what it does. And it, as you can see, has benefited from that. It has pretty much doubled. It's more than doubled in price since I bought in. I bought in at $1.84 per coin. So, back here in March of, well, no, actually it was earlier than that. I probably bought back here in January of 20. Yeah, right around the end of the year. So I'm seeing benefit here. And again, this is another one that I can see going up to $100 per coin. I absolutely can see that happening. Again, when I see the market, and I was around for the bubble of 2017. I was around in 2016 when the bubble was forming, right where we're at now. And I saw what happened then. I see what's happening now. There really isn't much difference. You've got a lot of YouTubers talking about how they expect that a few specific altcoins will go up in price, but it won't be all of them going up in price. Honestly, I don't see that at all. What I see is the same thing that happened in 2017. You're going to have a lot of retail investors. And by retail investors, I mean stupid people. Let's face it, they don't do anything until everything is way overpriced. They're the last ones in, and they're the first ones to lose money. They're going to come in, they're going to look at the price of Bitcoin, and at that time, the price may be $100,000 or more per coin. And they're going to say, I can't afford a whole Bitcoin. Doesn't matter that you don't need to buy a whole Bitcoin. That's the way they're going to see it. Certainly in America, that's the way we look at things. It's all of it or none of it. So they're going to look at it and they're going to say, yeah, I can't afford an entire Bitcoin. So they're going to look at other cryptos. Well, one of the other cryptos that they can buy on Coinbase is Chainlink. And it's going to be a lot less expensive by a factor of 10 at least. So they're going to buy it because they're going to, and again, they're going to go on YouTube. They're going to hear people talking about Chainlink. They're going to hear people talking about Cardano. They're going to hear people talking about Ren. They're going to, all of these different coins, BAT. They may or may not actually do any research. More than likely, they will not do any research. Okay, fine. But they're going to listen to people like me, anyone else they find on YouTube. And again, I have to say, I like the way Johnny Bravo says it. Don't listen to me. Don't do what I say. You'll lose all of your money. But this is what's going to happen. The retail investors are going to, aka the stupid people, are going to come in at the end of this year. The end of next year, and they're going to raise the price by an order of magnitude. They're going to throw money at coins because everybody's making money except them. And they want to make that money. So they're going to come in. They're going to pile in massively. They're going to shoot the price up exponentially. And then the bubble is going to pop and the price is going to drop. being in on this now is the place you want to be, with as little real movement in price as you see right now. This is really good, because what it means is that we're at the beginning of the cycle. We're at the beginning of that hype cycle. Now that Bitcoin has had its halving, that mythical event that, well, not mythical, it actually does happen, but that event that is mythically supposed to be the start of the hype and the price raising. Okay, yeah, in 6 months, near the end of this year, absolutely, I see the price of Bitcoin and everything else going up. And again, because of what I saw last time, I fully expect that retail investors, as we get over $20,000 per Bitcoin, retail investors are going to start coming in. As Bitcoin's price goes up to $50,000, $75,000, $100,000, more and more people who have no idea what they're investing in are going to throw money into the market, and they're going to throw their money at any coin they see. They're going to think that they are crypto experts, and they're going to find the lowest priced coin they can in the middle of a asset bubble, where coins that are now 5 or 10 cents are up at 10, 15, 20, even $100. They're going to start looking for coins that are at 2 or 3 cents, so that they can double, triple, or quadruple their money, which they very well might if they're lucky. But more than likely, they're going to get in right at the end, push that price way up, and bubble's going to burst, and they're going to lose all their money. I think that pretty much all coins, most every coin, is going to see a massive raise in price as this bubble gets to the peak. It's not going to happen for another year or more. But as we see this bubble inflate and it becomes an obvious bubble, we're going to see, I think, all of these coins that are currently listed are going to go up and up and up in price, because someone got a list like this and said, oh, you know what? Let me find one here real quick. Matic Network is 2 cents a coin. I could buy for $100. I could buy a whole bunch of those. Okay, and that's exactly what they're going. Electronium, it's 0.006 cents. If I throw $100 at that, imagine how many of those coins I could buy. And that's what people are going to do. And it's going to bring the price of those coins and others. Doge is a absolutely famous coin. Doge is a joke coin. It's not a real crypto. It was created by a guy to see if people would buy anything. And what he found was they will. It hasn't been worked on since its creation. And the price is very low, but every time, it's a known coin. And so, just like in 2017, I fully expect that the price of Doge will go up and up and up, and people will make money off of it, and they'll be happy about it. But Doge is not an actual crypto. It doesn't do anything. It's just out there to see if people will buy it. And they will. They absolutely will. Anyway. Damn, I didn't make my 10 minutes. I doubled it. I tried. Anyway, remember, don't trust, verify. We'll talk to you next week.